Hey guys, what's up? It's Sable back here with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out some of the coolest Unturned supercar mods in the workshop and comparing their models, their colors, their speeds, all the different stats they have to determine which mod out of all of these mods is truly the best one. We're going to be taking a number of factors into account, as I just said, so it's not going to be based off of only one factor like speed or something like that. And today we're going to be looking at 7 different mods. It would be 8, but one of the coolest ones I was going to do, model-wise, decided not to spawn in. So the LaFerrari mod made by Sam and DHM, whoever they are, yeah, you should fix your mod if you ever watch this video, because it doesn't work. I can't spawn it in, even though yours was the most detailed one there was. I'm just set it to nighttime though, and we'll take a quick preview at these cars real fast. Also, I was really surprised I fit under here, like, what? I can just fit under the car. It was so weird. I didn't think it would actually work, but then it did, and I was so confused. First up, we have the Audi TT MK3 made by Bandit. Honestly, this is one of the most most detailed ones there is. Like the detail level on this one is just superb. Like even like the small details, like the little like rim, whatever you want to call that, like the bumper or whatever. All this detail is like superb. I love the wheels, dude. Whatever those things are called, the side things. The spoiler looks great, man. I love it. The interior isn't super detailed, but it's definitely more detailed than most, which I think just adds to it. I love the detail inside and the fact that the back seats are kind of pushed in there too. So it actually looks like it would be a real car. They're not just like separated like these two are in a regular car, like the Unturned car. Next up is the Corvette. I personally feel like this one fits Unturned style a bit more. I'm not going to go spend too much time on it because it's really basic. It's got like the basic roofs and stuff, but it's not on the level of some of these other cars. The interior is completely untouched. It's still really like straight line, like straight edges for like lots of the points, whereas this one's more curved and uses a lot more vectors. So it has some design, but I don't really think it's that well designed. Next up is the Camaro. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one or the next one either, but I just want to point out this one's huge, dude. It's way too big. Like for an Unturned car, way too big. Especially since it's just stretched. It's just stretched, that's all it is. Like there's not much detail in it. Like the back and the front look pretty good. The wheels are really basic. The inside is basic, and that's about it. Next up is the Jaguar. This one's got some good design, but like the Camaro, it's a bit stretched. I personally feel like the inside needs a lot more work. The interior is really plain, but the exterior is amazing. So congrats on whoever made it. Make it a little bit smaller, I think it'll be perfect. Next up is the Bugatti. The Bugatti, I think, couldn't be better. I personally think this is like 10 out of 10. Like it's just amazing. Like maybe make that space filled up with something instead of just empty. But other than that, dude, your model is amazing. I love it. This is great. Like the detail here is amazing. It's just like 10 out of 10 through the roof. Like couldn't get any better. Like look at these seats, bro. I know it's flashing, but look at all this detail. Like what? It's just amazing, bro. Where are you gonna get all this detail from? And then next up we have the Koenigsegg 1. This one is part of a mod pack. I'm only previewing this car out of the mod pack, not all of them, because that would take too long. Just like the Bugatti, this one's like 10 out of 10. The detail on this one is superb. Except for, well, this one's more like the Jaguar. The interior is untouched. It's rounded, but it's untouched. Not in like a grotto or whatever. So except for the interior, it's perfect, kind of like the Jaguar. It's actually a lot more detailed than the Jaguar. I'd say it's more like on the level of the Audi. Fix the interior though, make the interior look like it does in the Bugatti, and we'll be perfect. And then lastly, we have the Ferrari F40. Kind of like the Corvette, I feel like this is more Unturned style. It doesn't really fit the detail level of some of the others. That's a little bit better than the Corvette, but at the same time, I can't really tell what some of this stuff is. And also, just pointing it out now, I really don't like the fact that the lights are like all pink. Like he doesn't have regular lights, he just has pink lights, and that's it. But yeah, let's just go ahead and turn off all these lights real fast. I'll make it day, and then we can go into the next part of the tests. Alright guys, I had to actually remove the Bugatti from the rest of the group temporarily, for reasons that you'll see in a second here. But we're actually on a map called Summersburg Raceway that has a nice little jump right here. So we're just gonna go ahead and take all these cars one by one and send them over the jump and see which ones can make it the farthest. I know Unturned's aerodynamics and stuff aren't that great, so most of these cars are probably just going to go over the edge and then they kind of flop. But I think it'd be cool to see which one's going to go far. So starting with the Audi, let's just flip it into the jumps. I like the smoke effect. Your head does clip through the ceiling. I like the tinted glass though. Alright, so we're maxing out the speed of 70 miles per hour. Max speed is 70 miles per hour on this car. And alright, so the Audi, kind of like expected in Unturned cars, dropped out real fast. It didn't last that long. Put a little marker here, then I'll move on. Next up, the Corvette. So, this one doesn't have any glass at all. It's maxing out at 55, maybe 60. This one's slower. It's using the Unturned like motor sound, which I personally don't like. So that's gonna be minus points on this one. And let's get it. This one could barely even make the jump. Could barely even make the jump. You gotta be joking me. Number 3, the Chevy Camaro. The interior is detailed a little bit. It's got its own engine noise. And oh, this one's maxing out at like 53. What, dude? Yeah, as you can tell, very basic. This car's very basic. Here we go. Gonna fall off the edge? Just might. Well, it made it a little bit farther than the Audi, which is surprising. I think it's just because it's bigger. We'll make it just a tiny bit farther than the Audi. Not the Audi, the Corvette. The Jaguar. Alright. Like the custom startup sound. But it uses Unturned's default engine noise. Or engine sound, which I don't like. Balancing on this car is kind of weird. It wobbles a little bit. Seems to me, oh, it actually can go pretty fast. But let it just go fast. See how much it can max out at. Looks like it's maxing out like 72. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it was wobbling a lot. Alright, it actually stopped right around there. That's right around where it landed. It bounced the rest of the way. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it definitely was wobbling a little bit. It was just like not going even in the terrain. So that's something to keep in mind. The actual aerodynamics of the Jaguar aren't that great. But yeah, let's move on to number 5. Number 5, the Bugatti. And I actually just noticed the Bugatti's lights stick out, dude. You should fix those lights. The Unturned lights on the Bugatti look ugly because it's just a yellow block and it doesn't fit with the model. You can kind of see under it too. Like there's like, if I look away, there's a light under there. The yellow block is just blocking it. You guys can see why the Bugatti's model isn't exactly that great. It's supposed to be designed as like Unturned's first drift car. Fortunately, it's extremely drifty. I'm not even turning right now. It's just doing this. Like, look at that. I can't even go straight. It's really buggy. Let me just see if I can get it up the ramp and we'll just go from there. So I'm guessing from the meter that this thing maxes out around 80 or 90. But it just doesn't seem to be able to go that high because of the fact that it keeps bouncing and stuff. Like, look at that. It just bounced all the way up there. But it did actually do pretty well. I'm actually impressed with the Bugatti's performance. Time to move on to the Koenigsegg. But number 6 on our list, the Koenigsegg 1. Ooh, I love that sucky startup noise. Now, for those of you who are uncultured peasants and don't know, I'm pretty sure it's either the Koenigsegg. It's one of the Koenigsegg's. I'm pretty sure it's one of the fastest cars in the world, if not the fastest. It's one of the two. The fastest or the second fastest, I believe. Ah, shoot, can we even make it up here? 127 miles per hour. Oh, alright. So yeah, the Koenigsegg wins. The Koenigsegg wins the jump contest by far. But for those of you who are uncultured swines, the Koenigsegg is either the fastest or the second fastest car in the world. So take that into consideration. Alright guys, number 7 on our list. I'm really disappointed that the LaFerrari couldn't get spawned in because that was definitely going to be a competitor with the Koenigsegg. But without it, there's not really any other decked out sports cars, super high model detail car mods out there. I mean, I could have gotten the Lambo mods, but like really, nah, those are outdated. But yeah, the Ferrari F40 No startup noise. Unturned default engine noise. Alright. Pink lights. Alright, this one actually seems to have a higher max speed. Going 70 already. That's a good sign, at least the speed's high. And not as far as I hoped it would go. A little bit short of the Bugatti. The Ferrari F40 is landing in 3rd place for the jump. Now, if we had the LaFerrari in here, that might be different, but as it stands, it is in 3rd place. Alright guys, here's the results. We're going to have the Corvette in last place, followed by the Camaro. They both don't really have their good models, and they didn't really make it that far, and their speed was kind of trash. Next up was the Jaguar, and then the Audi, and the Ferrari, and the Bugatti, then the Koenigsegg. Koenigsegg is the first, obviously, and the Bugatti is in 2nd place, obviously. I feel like the Corvette, not the Corvette, the Ferrari F40 and the Audi should be tied for 3rd, just because the Audi is a much nicer model, and the Ferrari F40 barely beat it. So yeah, that's pretty much the order. The Koenigsegg in 1st, the Bugatti in 2nd, the Ferrari F40 and the Audi tied for 3rd, the Jaguar in 4th, and then of course the Camaro in 5th, and the Corvette in 6th, which kind of sucks because the Corvette's a cool car. I just don't really like the Unturned version of it. I wish it was a lot cooler than it actually is. But yeah, the Koenigsegg by far, dude, that car sweeps out the other ones. So obviously the aerodynamics of the Koenigsegg and all that stuff are really superior to the others. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to all these mods in the workshop. The links to all of them will be in the description. Check them out, give some feedback. I'm guessing lots of them are kind of like older and the owners might not be willing to go back and update them, but it's always worth checking them out and just telling your friends about them, getting them some more sharing around and stuff. Yeah, do all that stuff. Check out my other videos. Join Cape Village, the Reform Discord, all that stuff in the description. Cape Village server needs players on it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Sable out.